So this is a practice that's meant for the abdomen. It can be nice for people with Crohn's disease as a way to bring some energy into the belly area. And it's a gentle practice. So if your mood is feeling a little bit more elevated to start, or you're feeling at all agitated or caught in worry or repetitive thoughts, I would recommend doing a little bit of movement first and then coming into this practice. So the practice, you'll need a mat for the practice. And then at some point we're going to want something to put our legs up on. So I'm using a chair. It's just a kitchen chair. You also could use a couch or anything you have that's about the level you would want to sit on. And so we'll start our practice laying down with our knees bent. And just to start, maybe bring the hands to the body somewhere and feel the back of the body really rest down into the floor. So feel the low back get a little heavier and soft. And if the hands are on the belly, maybe just feel the gentle rise and fall of the belly and the soft warmth in that space. With every exhale, let the low back arch soften towards the floor a little bit more. And let any holding around the shoulders or the chest relax down to the floor. Let the floor in this practice be your support. Let it hold you. And if you have a pet, you might end up having a pet on your belly as well. Now we'll start this practice by drawing the right knee into your chest. You can use both hands. And as you pull the right knee into your chest, let the breath leave the body. Feel the pressure of the thigh on the belly. And as you inhale, then we'll let go of that knee. And when you exhale, we'll switch sides and draw the left knee into the chest. Feeling the compression on the belly and the low back pressing down into the floor. We'll switch on and off here, inhaling as the foot comes down and exhaling as the opposite knee then draws in. Let each time you do this, the exhale get a little longer. And maybe even notice the gentle pause at the bottom of the exhale when the thigh is pulled into the belly and the back of the body is pushed down into the floor. Notice the wave that moves through the abdomen. As the breath moves in and the belly expands, the low back might come off the floor a little bit. And as you exhale, the knee pulls in, the back of the body gets heavy on the floor. We'll let each breath continue to get a little longer, like you're savoring it. We'll do 2 more. And notice the rhythm of this compression on the belly and release. Almost like we're doing a little pumping action of the belly. or stoking a gentle, soft, warm fire. And then gently roll over to your left side and come up to a seat and come through into tabletop. And in our tabletop pose here, then we'll again move with breath. As you inhale, we'll draw the heart forward. And as we exhale, we'll turn the tailbone towards the floor around the spine and hum. And this will be our last one. Just stay here in your child's pose. And then come up through tabletop. And we'll let our hips fall off to one side and again come to laying on our backs. So you can come slowly down onto your back and draw your knees in and let your arms come out to a T. Palms can be face up or down, whatever feels better for you. And we'll take an inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll drop the knees over to the right. On the inhale, we'll come back up to center. And as you exhale, we'll go over to the left. And then inhale, come back up to center. And as you exhale, we'll go over to the right again and then stay here for 2 breaths. On your next inhale then, come up through center. And as you exhale, we'll come over to the left. And we'll stay here for 2 breaths. And then on an inhale, come back to center, and we'll go to the right again. As you exhale, the knees come over to the right, and turn your head to the left. And inhale again back to center and over to the left, and turn your gaze over to the right. And one more time, let's inhale to center and exhale over to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. Feel the gentle twist at the belly and the tug on the space deep to the belly button. Imagine warmth and vitality at the belly. And notice the gentle massage your organs get as you breathe. And on your next inhale, come back to center. And our last time here, we'll exhale over to the left, turn your gaze to the right. Again, letting the awareness settle in on the warmth at the belly. The nourishment of the organs deep to the belly button. And the massage they get just from the gentle breath moving in and out. And then gently come back to center. And we'll roll over again onto our left sides as a way to get up. And come up to seated. And then come up to standing on the knees. Feel the stretch in the front of the body as you come up to standing on the knees. And as you inhale, then reach the arms up overhead. Let the front of the body stretch even more. Notice the extension through the belly. As you exhale again, we'll hum and come down into child's pose with hands back behind us. On the inhale, lift back up, reach the arms up overhead, stretch the front of the body, and as you exhale, if you're taking a different pace than me, that's totally okay. We'll do 2 more. And then gently come back up to seated. Notice the breath and the sensations at the belly. And then let the legs come around in front of you, and we'll come back to lying on the floor. Once you're down on the floor, walk your feet over to the left as much as you can, and reach the right arm up overhead. If you'd like, you can also cross the right foot over the left. And as you breathe here, really let the breath swell into the belly. Not only the front of the belly, but the side as well. So into that right side of the belly. Imagine in the belly space a nourishing light. Maybe it has a color that expands and gently recoils as the breath moves in and out. And then let your right arm come back down to your side. Walk your feet back to middle, and we'll switch and go to the other side. Walk your feet over to the right as much as they'll go. You can cross the left ankle over the right if you'd like, and reach the left arm up overhead. Feel the stretch into the left side of the body. And notice here too the swell of the abdomen, not only on the front, but also the side. And imagine that color nourishing the belly space, expanding and gently recoiling with the breath. Experience the breath like a wave moving in and out of the belly space. And then gently bring your left arm down to your side and walk your feet back to center. And then draw your knees into your chest and give them a nice squeeze. And we'll allow the squeeze of the legs to follow the breath. So as you inhale, the knees will gently move away. And as you exhale, the knees pull in. When the breath moves in, the knees drop away and the belly swells. And as you exhale, the thighs pull in, pushing on the belly, the low back flattens on the floor. Continuing to feel that gentle pulse of the legs moving as you breathe. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. And then let the legs go. And we'll take our final pose with our chair or up by a couch or something you can rest the legs on. We'll bring the legs to the chair and bring our hips right under the knees and lay back onto the floor. Feel free to place the hands on the body if you'd like or away from the body. Your choice. And as you lay here with the legs lifted, feel the weight of the pelvis on the floor and let the belly softly move with the breath. Feel the spaciousness of the belly space, the openness, the fluidity. And feel here then the nourishment we just gave this part of our body with our breath and gentle movement. Feel the floor supporting the body and let the body really surrender into its support. Enjoy the relaxation around the pelvis and the abdomen and the low back. Imagine the low back muscles on either side of the spine, kind of like a hammock, from the top of the pelvis to the low ribs, strung between the low ribs and the top of the pelvis. And let that hammock sink down softly towards the floor. Get a sense for the inner peace and confidence and soft warmth that lives in the space of the belly. And now let your awareness expand beyond the space of the abdomen, flooding into the rest of the body, as if the gentle fire or light of the belly were expanding and shining in all parts of the body. Let the mind drop into the space of the body and also be filled with light. Experience the body being breathed. Experience the wholeness of the body breathing. And if you have a healing sankalpa you're using in your practice, bring it into this space and let it also be filled with light. I am capable. I am confident. I manifest my deepest truth in my life. Feel the soft warmth in the belly as you bask in your sankalpa. I am capable. I am confident. I manifest my truest self in my life. you feel ready, gently open your eyes and take in the space around you. As you stay connected to the sensations in your body and the cultivation of gentle warmth at the belly and your sankalpa, notice what you see in your surroundings and what you hear, as you also stay present to the internal experience your practice cultivated. And from here then, gently move the legs off of their support. And roll over to one side. And take a minute on your side to relax and feel the body and the breath. And then come up to a seat. And if journaling is part of your practice, I recommend taking a few moments here to write down anything that's moving through you after your practice. Let it be something that you explore with curiosity and just allow movement of the thoughts or emotions.